Some of the major challenges in the forest sector, especially here in BC, is the access to fiber. I think a lot of the solutions we can provide are focused on efficiencies in terms of transportation, harvesting and forest management, as well as small-scale support for Indigenous communities. My name is Christoph Schilling. I'm a senior researcher with FPInnovations, and I'm also our program lead for the Indigenous Forestry program at FPInnovations. FPInnovations is a non-for-profit private research organization. We're serving our members, which is predominantly the larger industry members in the forest sector, as well as the federal and provincial government, in providing technology and solutions for the forest sector to stay competitive. And we're also working a lot with Indigenous communities in the various provinces to help them participate in the forest sector as well. Western economic diversification was is still a really strong partner in our Indigenous forestry program. So over the past several years we've been working really closely in supporting Indigenous communities to create businesses and to be more efficient in participating in the forest sector. Projects range really from traditional sawmilling to forest operations, bioenergy projects or non-timber forest products, and it's been a really efficient collaboration. So this specific project started about 3 years ago. The Lhoosk'uz Dené Nation reached out to us, and they were looking for ways to utilize that fiber around their community to essentially go back to where they were a couple of years ago in the middle of a nice and beautiful forest. One of the things that FPInnovations recommended was the use of a small-scale combined heat and power unit in the community to not only use the resources that are available, but also to displace diesel in the community and reduce carbon emissions at the same time. A biomass combined heat and power system is essentially a conversion technology. So it uses biomass or wood fiber feedstock and converts it to power and heat. In this specific case, it's called gasification. The project would roughly displace about 100,000 liters of diesel. That's the equivalent of about 300 tons of GHG emissions every year, and at the same time employ up to 10 people in maintaining, operating, and biomass supply chain. I think we're moving towards a more sustainable forest that creates a sustainable supply of fiber for our industry, but also respects the traditional values of our Indigenous communities, and that forest might look very different from what we're seeing today.